Living Miracles Europe is, on the surface, it is an organization or a church that is set up as a support for many people to come and kind of join in the awakening process. It's on a deep level, it's a symbol of freeing the mind from the belief in separation from God. We don't know, because it's individualized for everyone, really. I think everyone who is here right now has a very different experience from the others. So, but they can expect deep healing. If they've asked for deep healing, they can expect that. They can expect to probably be triggered in some way or another at some point, just because, not because we consciously or actively trigger people, never, but because the mind has asked for healing and the ego does get triggered before it gets undone. So it can be some intense times, it can happen straight away as someone comes here, it can happen later on, it can be a honeymoon phase, it can, it looks in so many different ways. Everyone, but everyone can expect to be heard and seen and answered. The prayer of the heart will be answered. Lately I've been guided to say 3 weeks as a good start. And some people have come for like 4 days and have had a very powerful experience of it as a taste. And some come just for a retreat to try it out.
I'm here since 1 month, and I came here for 9 weeks in the springtime, and then my heart is very joyful, and I'm light. The life here with all the mighty companions is very helpful for the mind training, because we can be who we are, only that. And if it's difficult, about all the thoughts and the ego, so present. All the people around me are there to support me and to give love, and they understand deeply, and yes, it's very, very helpful.
I've been listening to David for such a long time, and I think I kind of knew all the way that I had to contact this community he was talking about all the time. But I thought I had to work up some courage or let go of a lot of things before I could do that.
But
yeah, one day I just heard Armel speak about an application form, so I thought, okay, I'll just go into internet and take a look at it.
Yeah.
And I looked through the questions, and there was one question that I felt that I would like to answer that question. So I'll just do that, and then I'm done. So I did that, and then I looked through some more questions, and I would like to answer them too. So in the end I was done with the whole thing, and then I just, okay, I'll press send. So I never really intended to do it, but I ended up.
It happened.
Yeah, it happened.
At this time we have an application form that everybody fills out if they are drawn to come. And there they answer questions such as how do you feel about devotion, how do you feel about silence, and following guidance. Yeah, there are several questions to answer, and then we go through a process where we pray and feel into if the person, if this is the right place for the individual, and then we have phone calls, conversations with them. And at the moment it's centralized for all. We live in Miracles communities, so it actually is Canada that is receiving the applications, and they make the first phone call and feel out where the person is going. And normally people who apply in Europe, they come here to Europe because that is practical, and usually that is also guided. But it happens, we have had some people coming here from the United States, for example, they were guided, and vice versa. People from Europe have gone to Mexico or Utah or those places.
I guess there came a point where I realised that I wasn't making as much progress as I wanted to on my own, and I wanted to wait to step it up a level and to be around people who are doing the same thing, who are also very much into the course and devoted to waking up for the course.
Doing something in purpose in the community, we have a mind training, so we have to keep that in focus as part of purpose, because that's why we're here. And so every task that we do is done with mind training in mind. So you have to start looking at everything you do differently.
There's no need to dig. No. It's like whatever is ready to be healed will just come up and be looked at, and it can just flow.
Yeah, and it's perfectly accessible. It's so good to know that whatever we need to heal is perfectly accessible in the mind now. We do have access, but there might be unwillingness to see it, or other ideas in a way, but it's definitely available to see what's going on in the mind.
When I came here, I was told that we are never concerned about the result. That's really freed me up, I think. Never having to think about how I'm performing, or that's never an issue here.
I'm just concentrating on being happy wherever I am. I can't become attached to the form of what my life seems to be playing out, because as we know, that can and does change, and if you're dependent on a particular outcome with form, then you're setting yourself up for disappointment. We still have preferences as Course in Miracles students. I think it's important not to become so attached to them that your happiness rests on them.
To start to undo them.
Yeah.
So purpose is forgiveness, and to invite Holy Spirit to guide and lead us.
To guide and to surrender to that process, which is sometimes difficult. It always brings up a challenge. Ego likes to get involved, and every day is another opportunity, and something different happens in the same role. So, and if you allow yourself for that process to just happen, and you go with whatever's going to happen, then you can explore the mind and how it works, and what's happening and what's coming up, and when it comes up, why, what is this is for. And it can be a little thing and it can be a big thing. It doesn't matter. They're all equal, and sometimes even the little things have a big message, whereas the big things have a small message. So you don't know what it's. You just go with it and feel the flow. And it's been a great 2 weeks so far.
Yeah, I think it's always so guided when someone comes. It's almost like it couldn't be in any other way, that someone is ready to fully join, truly. And the Course talks about when the mind is ready to experience mighty companions and holy relationship, those will show up. And Living Miracles is a symbol for this, and a place where people are guided to come when they feel truly drawn, truly guided and ready for it. To heal their minds, to let go of limiting beliefs and blocks that blocks them from experiencing the truth about themselves, the deep peace that is available but often not felt because of limiting beliefs in the mind.
When I'm here, it feels intense because every time we come together, my heart rate rises, but because of the shyness, and I have kind of an issue with speaking in front of a lot of people. But and it's more scary if I have to do it in the world. But here it's kind of a safe environment, and you have all the support that it's possible to get, I think.
Yeah, I was just thinking about why I said miraculous, because I really feel like that, and I think what I thought, well, was it informed, but I forget about these things really, about what I thought of was so miraculous. I think the main thing is that I feel, happy a great deal of the time.
Yeah, you have that peace of mind that was at the top of your triangle, would you say?
Yeah, a great deal of the time lately. Yeah, that's miraculous.
We know that there is one mind, and when we share the thoughts, when we expose, we know, oh, this one can have the same thoughts, oh, this one too, and it's, yes, we can help each other when we expose the thought.
In the expression sessions, we use to hide nothing, to really practice to, first of all, to really see the thoughts and feelings, and then see if there is a tendency to hide or be afraid of opening up and sharing. It's very helpful to start to take a look at that, because that's the way ego has been ruling the mind, to keep everything hidden. And I like the line in the Course, only the hidden can terrify, not for what it is, but for its hiddenness. It actually doesn't really matter. Whoever is ready and guided is welcome, whether you're a Course student or not. It's always beautiful when a brother or sister comes, wherever they come from whatever tradition, and usually they have gone quite deep in their own spiritual undoing, and often they come from A Course in Miracles traditions, but sometimes they don't, and it's equally joyful to welcome them and experiencing the connection that we have, no matter who it is.
To me, it was like 24/7, mind watching, and the deprogramming and the tools to do it, and the support of the other people in the mighty companions that were there with me, and with the expression sessions, and you never felt abandoned really. And okay, there might have been times when you went through it in your own mind, but there was always a support there, and you could always ask for help if you were stuck with something. And yeah, and the other companions there were helpful as well, you know. And you felt, whilst the ego was taking a bashing, you still felt supported, and you knew that you were safe. And yeah, the different tasks that we were given as well, you know, and being mindful with them was all part of being in the now as well, and being in the moment. And yeah, that was the whole thing was good. The support, yeah, from the structure of it to the mighty companions who you shared with as well, you know. So yeah.
It's very, very different. Every day is different. We have a general schedule that seems to work and is helpful, that we sometimes are actually guided to step away from and just follow guidance that can be very clear, to shift away from the schedule. But normally we meet 9 o'clock, we meditate, we read something that is very helpful for the mind in the context that we experience with the group in the moment. And we listen to some meditational music, uplifting or music that has a message for the mind, and we spend half an hour, 45 minutes in meditation together, and then we go through the day or the feelings that are up, anything that is called for in, you know, every morning. And then the day unfolds, and it can look very different each day, and it's different tasks and projects that people immerse in, and they are based on either undoing preferences, undoing skills, and it may be projects where they are very skilled, or they may be led away from what they have been doing in the past, just to help to undo patterns, and they are in no mind. Yeah, so it looks very different, and also for each individual. Some people help with house tasks, part of the day, cleaning and cooking and such things, and other people are working on projects such as translation, transcribing, movie projects. It varies, and yeah, and then we have time for meditation times. We come together. We have time for individual immersion with Course in Miracles, or just contemplation. And we have a lunch with expression session where we open up for people to share thoughts and emotions that may be up, projections, anything that is disturbing, that feels helpful to lift up in the group. So we spend maybe an hour in the expression session sharing, and then the afternoon we spend in projects again, guided projects, and then in the evening we usually watch a movie together, or we have an experiential exercise, or something that we're guided to do together. Some evenings we are just spending in the stillness, quiet listening, and so we're not always together as a group. There are times when we just have individual prayer time, so to speak. And it's also optional. The evening sessions are optional. Some people don't feel guided to come, and they don't. And sometimes we just communicate if something is up, specific projection or block, and sometimes we all feel that, no, it's right, you know. So it's always very guided and felt out.
Really amazing. I didn't expect it to be so beautiful. You know, just like the surroundings and the actual buildings. Yeah, amazing.
We have a course and we love the message and we want to heal the mind. But practically, you know, can we really do it on our own? It's like we can study the teaching, but the experience of really healing shyness, it has to happen through communication, through joining and really coming together, because otherwise you would never have the opportunity to really feel it. You would only try to escape it. So, and of course there are so many other traits or characteristics that all of us have in different ways. So it can be the opposite to shyness, whatever that is, and, you know, but anything would be exposed and come up here. And it wouldn't be allowed, in a sense, it wouldn't be allowed to play out. You know, you can never play the game and use the mask here. Even new people, you know, come maybe sometimes with a mask or a way of being, that a habit they have had for so long. And even when that happens, it's gently undone. They feel it, and so yeah, very, very genuine experience and inevitable, really inevitable healing for the different personalities that come to be undone. I think that's beautiful too, that personalities come to be undone, because personality is mask, and it is the block to full experience and full awareness of love and true peace. It's what the ego is set up to protect and to make an image in the world, keep it together. It's really false control. There's no real true there's no Christ control. It's very small.
Yeah, I mean, I spent 3 weeks there the first time, and yeah, I felt I had some experience that just confirmed to me that I can't really do this alone. You know, it's, I had all the thoughts about, you know, you should be able to do this. It's a self-study course and you can do it wherever, but I can't. I don't think I can.
What I really came for is to deprogram my mind really from the type of mind that wasn't serving me, and giving me a great option otherwise that I would never kind of have found by myself.
This is great footage. I mean, I just trust the people around me. I know everyone's got the same purpose. Yeah, so whatever happens, yeah, I know I'm safe.
And this a community, it's of course a way to extend the love we are and we feel, and extend the teaching for awakening.
I've had a good experience here. There have been many opportunities just to, you know, just to rest and to meditate and to pray and to feel more connected. You know, not just my relationship with God, but also, you know, connecting with each other and recognising that, you know, there really aren't any differences, and we're all here with the same purpose, which is to heal the mind and, you know, to heal the belief in differences and separation, and this is a great place to do that.
You had an experience this morning that was unlike anything you had
Yeah.
out in the world.
Yeah, just the whole connectedness and joining over one task. Just got into a state where just everything was just moving so fluidly between us, and everything which we wanted just turned up. But it's just like the feeling I had. It's just, yeah, it's just like a joined feeling, and it's just really peaceful. Yeah, it's great.
It's just the frustration of being in that mindset and not knowing how to get out of it. So like when you live in community and you've got the guidance as well and the structure, and the mighty companions around you as well too. All sort of stuff happens. People trigger your stuff for you, and then you may go into a place of fear for a while, and then by using some of the tools you get, you can let that fear go and experience love, which I actually did the other day as well, which I found really powerful.
When we are like this in community, a group of people together, we're going to meet we're going to get triggered by each other, like have old mothers and dads and girlfriends and whatever, and so the practice is, I mean, the stuff comes up, and just to remember that this is something in me, some belief or something that I have, and it's getting activated, and like it's never personal, it's never about the other person. So it's really like we're gifts to each other in triggering things, and then we can share about it, share this is up in me right now, and I want to look at it, I want to see it differently, and see what belief I have. And so it's a good speed up in the healing to be together like this. So.
For maybe 12 or 14 hours I felt really in a very strange space, and I could feel a fear and an anger and a resentment building up, and the next morning after a miracle moment and having a sharing, my God, I could just feel this love coming from Ginny. That was incredible, really incredible. It's like it just went through me, and it was just blew the whole anger and fear and all that stuff. It just dissolved it, and it was like it really happened so quickly. It was like an instant, you know. And that was. Yeah, for me it felt very, very powerful and so liberating, so freeing, and wonderful to know that that's available. For me that's exceedingly powerful, and it's like knowing that there is another way, and the tools are there to help me out of it, and the companions are there, and it's something. It's so much more harder to connect with that love, really, in the regular world. There's too many distractions and all sorts of other stuff going on. Whereas here, the whole structure is designed around helping people to wake up, that want to wake up, and being aware of what the ego is doing and how it's trapping us. And so I've had some lovely experiences like that. It's bringing the projections back into my own mind and turning them about. And it brings up old belief systems that weren't serving me. And yeah, there's a lot goes on here for sure. And yeah, I'm very grateful for it.
The word that comes to mind right away is freedom. We move towards more and more freedom, and which means to me really guidance, really in tuned and kind of telepathic, like more synergy and less structure, less planning. So that's what I see for the future. Spain is actually feels very supportive for the awakening mind. It's very simple to live here. It's kind of warm summers, kind of warm winters too, and food grows on the trees, so it's very easy to live here, and you don't have to spend too much time on logistics here. It's a helpful place, so we might very well come back here. It's different at every place, every Living Miracles place, and since we're leaving this place very soon, I feel it's useless to share about it here in Alocena, Spain, because it will change probably pretty soon. But it's always guided, the cost, and actually it's not a cost, it's a suggested donation, and it always works out for the one who is guided to come. And the payment everyone is giving now each month is 750 euros to stay here and to do the mind training here at this center. And this may change. This is a monthly fee that works here to cover the cost for the house. Yeah, so, and the living arrangement here, this place is some single rooms, some shared rooms, and one big attic with that is shared depending on how many people we are here. Is there anything you would like to share? Comes to mind to other people who might be interested in living miracles or mystical mind training, or?
Before I came, I used to ask people, what was it like, what happened, what did you do, and it's, I think for everybody it's going to be different, so, yeah, and you just have to go with that. You can't judge it from what happened with other people, and because it's...
So everybody who feels called and guided, you're welcome.
Yes, yes, just go with it, definitely. You just don't know what's going to happen.
I mean, if somebody's considering it, it means that they're getting very close to being ready within themselves, and that's, to me, is the important part. You have to really be ready at some level to want to come take the next step, really. And if one is feeling that way, yeah, I would certainly say, yeah, go for it, because you can be so liberating, and you can have wonderful experiences as well, there could be mystical experiences and different things. Yeah, I mean, it's not all about ego bashing. You can have some lovely connections with spirit, and and that's supported as well. And yes, I mean, there's a lot goes on here, many aspects, but it's like the freeing yourself up from fear, and the help you get to do that, and then giving the tools to actually be able to do it yourself. So when you go back to living in wherever you come from, you're not totally lost or anything. You have a toolbox to help you, and and just remember to take out the tools and use them, and they do work.
Go for it. Go for it. Don't be afraid. Like, I can say a few things like, don't think you're not holy enough, because I surely wasn't, and I still think I'm not. You know, in the sense of doing all the proper things, or doing everything right, or just so go for it, just give it a try, and you can always go back. I know that's not true, but it's helpful to think you always...
You can try to go back.
Yeah, really go for it. Yeah, it's such an opportunity.
I would say go for it. I would say, yeah, contact us, and we can have a heart-to-heart talk about what your desire is and your call, and yeah, this is a shared experience. The awakening is no one can go alone. Actually, no one can wake up alone. So that's what's so beautiful, and I feel with everyone who is coming, it's such a love that is, you know, pulling them to come here. I don't get the words right, but yeah, and we share this love, and you can feel how healing it is just to say yes, and that it is beyond the personal and beyond the place, but the place is a symbol where the heart can open up, and we can look at the blocks together and lift them up, and usually the healing process goes pretty fast once someone has said yes to really go for it and heal the mind.
I would say just do it. Yeah, if you're wondering about whether it's the right thing to do, it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, I'm very glad that I came along here, and I would recommend to other course students who are looking to deepen their practice to come along to a Living Miracles community. You know, what do you have to lose, even if you just come for a week or two just to see what it's like? And I can say for myself that it's certainly deepened my practice, and you know, being around advanced students, Mighty companions, it's just so beneficial. You know, you can see how other people live the course all the time. So yeah, I would definitely recommend coming along. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Actually, you two guys will share a room.
Sorry?
You will share a room, the two of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of my stuff.
Someone will let us in here.
You don't know.
That you just detached from.
Yes, there is someone.
Hi there.
Hey Ole, how are you? Hi.
Come in.
How are you? Sweet.
Good to see you.
You too, my friend. You too. I didn't know you on the video.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Who's that?
Yeah, I said it was the guy with the beard, you know? I didn't recognize
So
you.
transformed, you didn't even recognize.
That's right, yeah, wow. Yeah.
Different direction.
Yeah, Hello. After a few months,
It's not journey.
Yeah. It's good you were able to come
I
right
know.
now.
Yeah. How are you? Good to see you. You too. You too. Welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good to be back, actually. Good to be back, yeah.
So were you putting this side? You're going to stay here.
For the truth behind them is so lovely and so still in loving gentleness. Were you aware of it, you would forget defensiveness entirely and rush to its embrace.
Spirit makes use of mind as means to find the self-expression, and the mind which serves the spirit is at peace and full of joy. Its power comes from spirit, and it is fulfilled happily its function. Is that what you were going to say? Oh, okay.
It ends at the beginning.
Words will die, thoughts will cease, falling silent, turning to peace. Thank you for seeing me. 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 What a lucky heart, burdened with the weight of a love too big to bear. What a hopeless fate to be in the tiger's jaw, having lost the chase.